This is not the man I met. He is egotistical, he disrespects me.
This entire marriage has been forced upon me.
When you don't have trust, when you don't have that foundation, the relationship is over before it starts.
I'm at my breaking point. He has a problem with spending.
You have champagne taste on a soda water budget.
Yes,
What's
honey,
going on?
come on, champagne taste. It's about the taste, not about the budget.
I can't trust him anymore. The man that I married would never have done that.
I'm not going to advise her to try to make this work because I think it's dangerous. I think it's gone beyond that. Here is today's case.
She says her fiancé has abandoned her and their 4-year-old child for his rap career. She's at the end of her rope with his late-night studio sessions and says he needs to get a 9-to-5 or it's a wrap on their engagement. Will he be able to save his relationship? That's today on Divorce Court.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Your Honor, our virtual audience is filled with your superfans. Today's superfan of the day is Connor from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Hey, Connor, we're so happy to have you with us. Welcome to Divorce Court.
Your Honor, this is the case of Yildiz versus Brown.
Thank you, Juan. Miss Latina Yildiz.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have brought Mr. Marvin Brown.
Yes, Your Honor.
To Divorce Court today. I understand the two of you are not married yet. You are engaged. You have a child together. You're having a number of issues you want to see if you can resolve before moving forward in marriage.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you have a witness with you today as well, Miss Andrea Lockhart.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you for being here. I'll start with you, Miss Yildiz. Why don't you tell me what's going on and why you're in divorce court recently engaged?
Well, I'm here today, Your Honor, because I've been with Marvin for 6 years, and I feel like Marvin put his music career above our family. I also feel he's very self-centered and selfish, and I also feel like he haven't provided for the family in over a year, and I'm fed up, like, I'm done.
What do you have to say about
Your Honor,
those allegations, sir?
Your Honor, first of all, I'm here because I want to save my marriage. You know, with my fiance, I really want to be with her. And second of all, I feel like in a relationship, it should be two people, not just one. I feel like any problem that we have should be both of us. I feel like she's selfish, you know, in return. Like, honestly, if she was there with me half the way with things, we wouldn't even be here right now. So I feel like it's a lot of trust issues and stuff that she's not trying to acknowledge. But, you know, that's why I'm here, Your Honor. I really do want to be with Latina, but I feel like she's not giving me the credit I deserve.
So clearly there's a difference of opinion between the two of you as to where the problem really lies. Well, let's get to the bottom of it today. Give me an example of why you say he puts his work and his career before your relationship and your family.
Well, Your Honor, when I was pregnant, my pregnancy was very difficult. I had my daughter premature, and once we got sent home, Marvin did not help with my daughter. He told me basically he's on his way to the studio for me to figure it out myself.
Your Honor, that's not completely true. I was
Your
with
Honor,
her.
It's very true. I feel very neglected. My daughter was premature.
So you're saying while you were home, he left to go to the studio at some point? The two of you were supposed to be taking care of your daughter together?
Yes, Your Honor. This is when she first was born. She was only 4 pounds.
Well, what do you say happened?
Your Honor, I was there with her throughout the pregnancy as well when we had the baby in the hospital. As we know as adults, we have to work and make a living. You know, as me being the man in the relationship, I feel that's my responsibility to put bread on the table. And this is my business, running my music. This is what I have to do. I'm expecting her to understand that I must put time into that. I feel like her saying that I'm not there, she's being a little selfish.
Excuse me,
how did you expect him to stay home and not work for a prolonged period of time?
She doesn't respect
my work. It's the studio, Your Honor. It's not an actual, you know, legit job where you get paid every 2 weeks or...
But would it cost him money to not go to the studio and make music?
I don't believe that it wouldn't cost him anything. We haven't been doing well for almost a year.
She's supposed to be there supporting, understanding that this is what I did. She told me that if I was to become a big star, she wouldn't even want to be with me anymore. I feel like she's threatened by my music, Your Honor.
Your Honor, it's been 6 whole years and nothing prospered. It's just
nothing has popped off with the music.
She used to be my biggest fan.
No, that was in the beginning. In the beginning, Your Honor.
So what happened?
Are you making money with your music right now?
I was. As of COVID-19, Your Honor, I'm pretty sure you know it's dangerous for us to even be out speaking, doing music clubs and stuff like that. So as of lately, she has been taking care of me. I appreciate her for doing that.
So I just want to make sure I understand. You're saying that during these 6 years, your primary source of income has been through your music?
I've had multiple 9 to 5s.
The first 5 years.
I've had multiple 9 to 5s. In the beginning, yeah, I had everything pretty much balanced, but once COVID hit and I was no longer able to go to the studio, no longer able to charge people for music videos, I was down bad. I even had a security job and I lost that. I don't really want to get into what happened with my security job.
Your Honor, I feel like Marvin lost his job because we both used to work security together. And at this particular time, Marvin...
And Ms. Yildiz, I have to say, I didn't expect you to say you were working in security, but
I
okay.
don't anymore, I used to, but I didn't have to work this day, Marvin did. So Marvin eventually got off work and he told me he got fired. He didn't have a legit reason.
She assumes the worst. Your Honor,
what happened?
What she's saying is not the truth. And I honestly can accept the fact that she's thinking one thing that I know for a fact is wrong, Your Honor.
Well, Mr. Brown, why don't you tell us the truth? This is the day. What happened?
Your Honor, I lost my job because I wasn't able to find a babysitter for my daughter. And my boss seen me with my daughter. And she told me at all times to make sure my daughter was in a safe, secure place.
Your Honor, that is a lie.
Be...
If I wasn't at work and he was, that means I have my daughter. So how were you, doing
this
these things?
specific day, she obviously didn't have our daughter.
So you're saying on the day that she had to work, you worked as well?
She wasn't working, she was out with family, and she didn't know that I was taking somebody else's shift. So when I went to go cover for somebody else, I had my daughter in the car. So I'm not trying to lose my job. Me taking my child, I feel like that was the best thing.
Yeah.
And I don't want to tell her I'm putting my child in danger, so I would let her assume that I'm talking to another woman, because I know I'm not.
Why didn't you call her and just ask her to come home to watch your daughter because you were picking up an extra shift?
She already told me ahead of time she wanted to go out with her family. So if I called and told her, hey, I'm taking an extra shift, you can't go out, attitude, immediately.
He never communicates properly. He left for 4 whole days. He waited till the next morning to tell me he slept at the studio. We have a studio at our house and we have a studio he goes out to, so.
You talked to him the next day and he was gone for 4 days?
So me looking out for her, trying to be the bigger person, it always gets overlooked.
He never communicates properly. He left for 4 whole days. He told me he was going to the studio, so I gave him a grace period, 3 whole hours.
So
I called and text. No, you never answered your phone. You didn't text me back. He waited till the next morning to tell me he slept at the studio.
Does he sleep at his studio often?
No, Your Honor, not from the house. We have a studio at our house and we have a studio he goes out to, so.
You talked to him the next day and he was gone for 4 days?
Yeah, the first day he was gone, I gave him a grace period for 3 hours, to let him, write, record. So I'm like, 3 hours passed, let me call and check on him. We have a 4-year-old. So I'm like, let me call. He didn't answer my phone calls. He didn't text me back. It was hours later, like the next morning. And he told me, oh, he's okay, he's sleeping at the studio.
Your Honor, I stay 200 miles away from Los Angeles. It's nowhere near where I work, where I associate, where I handle any of my business. And I told her this before we moved there. I'm like, take into consideration about my business and everything I do before we move away. And she's like, well, I want to be happy. So I'm like, okay, for you to be happy, I'll do the move. Me going way to LA, right? 200 miles away. I'm getting there late, missing appointments, missing clients, missing money overall. And she's not understanding that. So of course I have to stay over. I'm staying in the studio, sleeping on the couch, working overtime just so I can get things done. And when she calls me, I'm nowhere near my phone. I'm handling business. When I do call her back, she doesn't want to answer because I didn't answer the first time. I come home, want to talk to her, explain to her, but she doesn't even want to hear anything I have to say.
For the last year, you said because live music has essentially been shut down, but for 5 years prior to that, he was contributing financially.
He did contribute, but it's like he started putting his all, like literally, into his career, like about the bills. He haven't paid in a while, Your Honor. I have to do the most just so I can stay afloat. No bills at all.
Your Honor, I've been a stay-at-home father, cooking, cleaning, doing laundry.
While she works full-time?
Things I would never do, Your Honor, things I would never do. I'm used to providing, which I used to do, and now that things haven't happened, I'm trying to make myself useful in other areas. That's not getting no acknowledgement, Your Honor. I see nothing wrong with that.
For 5 years, he provided? in the household?
Your Honor, I've always been a hardworking woman, Your Honor.
I understand that, but before this pandemic, Mr. Brown was providing financially in the household?
He was, sort of, but his main concern is his music career.
My main focus is not 9 to 5. I want to be a boss, you know? I'm picturing myself being on a Jay-Z level, which I explained to her being my woman. I want to give her the fancy things, you know, nice cars, a big house. And I'm not going to do that working at McDonald's, Your Honor. So I'm trying to explain to her, if I'm investing in this music, I can give you that future, that big wedding, you know, all the things you dream of. But right now, you're not giving me any leeway. You're not giving me any time. I can't leave the house without an argument, Your Honor.
How long have you been doing music?
All my life, Your Honor. I started drumming at 7 years old. I took rapping serious at 15 years old.
What do? You rap, you sing?
I rap, I sing, I produce beats. I honestly do. There's nothing I can't do, Your Honor.
So it's been a long time?
A long time.
Do you have any hits yet?
I feel like all my music is good.
I
She
never
even
heard
tells
a
me-
thing from
Not
the
one
studio.
song in 6 years? So what do you
No,
think
Your
he's
Honor.
doing in the studio?
I'm not even sure, Your Honor.
You
That's
haven't
why I'm
heard
here
none of
today.
my
I have to
songs.
bring Marvin here today because I'm so lost. Yes,
Ms.
Your Honor.
Lockhart,
Yes.
I'd
Your
love to
Honor.
hear from you. Ma'am, please step up to the lectern. Have you ever heard him rap?
No, I haven't heard him
So
rap.
Mr. Brown is in here saying music is life, but they said that you've been spending all this time in the studio and they've never heard it. Give me 8 bars of your best Grammy-winning rap, sir. If you'd like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Miss the show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms and follow us on social media for exclusive content.
I believe, like, if two people are in love, it's a team. It take two. Not everything shouldn't just be on one person.
Right.
And I feel like everything fell on me because Marvin lost his job and just want to focus on his music career.
When did the two of you get engaged?
We got engaged 5 years ago. I had
You've been
proposed
engaged
to
for
him.
5 years?
Yes, I proposed to him.
You proposed to him?
Yes.
I thought you just said you were old school. That's pretty progressive, Ms. Yildiz.
Well, I fell in love. I knew Marvin since the 8th grade, and I didn't wait to get with him until I was older because I felt like I wanted our relationship to be more mature instead of us playing games when we, middle school, high school. So
Hold on a second. So you mean to tell me you went and bought a ring?
yes, I did, Your Honor.
You got down on one knee
Yes, I did, Your Honor. My witness was
Your
there
Honor.
too, Your Honor.
and asked Mr. Brown to marry you.
Yes.
She did, Your Honor.
Yes,
she did.
I did.
And that was one of the most overjoyed moments I ever had in my life.
Really?
Because I really do love this woman.
I want to hear from your witness. You said she was there when you, on the big
Proposed.
day,
Yes.
when you got down on one knee and
Yes.
asked Mr. Brown to marry you.
Yes,
Ms.
Your Honor.
Lockhart,
Yes.
I'd
Your
love to
Honor.
hear from you. Ma'am, please step up to the lectern. What are you a witness to, Ms. Lockhart?
They proposal. I was there when she proposed to him.
Did you help her
Yeah.
pick out the ring?
Yeah, everything was very beautiful. I didn't expect it to turn out like this, but
Expect it to turn out like what?
chaos, toxic. It's just too much for me. It's taking a toll on me. It got a lot to do with me too. Like
Your Honor, she
it put
don't
me in
even know.
situations where I have to come and step in and do things that I shouldn't have to do.
Give me one example of why you say their relationship is toxic.
Basically, she'll have to pick up the phone and call me to come, get the baby or come handle whatever they got going on so she can go do whatever she needs to do, I guess because he's not doing his part where he should be doing, which is making me have to stop what I'm doing to go, intervene with their interactions or whatever they have going on.
So a
in the
lot of
time
people are
being.
doing a lot of different things, and you say you have to drop.
Whatever I'm doing,
What you're
whatever
doing
I'm doing in the moment. I could
to go
be
do
doing
what?
whatever, to go get my niece or to go stop them from fighting, just things that shouldn't be happening in a relationship.
What do you see them arguing about?
Career, the studio, money, bills, the baby.
What do you think about his career and what your sister said today about his priorities?
I mean, a career, I've seen a lot of people chase a career, but it's been how long? So you either get with the program and help or the other option,
What's the other option?
get out. Like, I don't know what else to say.
Have you heard any of his music? Have you ever heard him rap?
No, I haven't heard him
So
rap.
Mr. Brown is in here saying music is life, and the two of you have known him for 6 years and you've never
I
heard
haven't
him
heard-
beat.
This is what I get in
haven't
a
heard
relationship,
song.
Your Honor.
I haven't heard a song from him. I've heard joking around and playing, but I haven't heard
So
like
you
a
don't
song,
even know if he's
a 3-minute
good?
song. No, I haven't heard a 3-minute song. I haven't heard a 1-minute song.
Well, you know what,
So-
Mr. Brown?
Here we go.
I'm gonna ask you a question, Mr. Brown. You said you're great. You say you know you have what it takes to be on Jay-Z level. Your fiance and her sister said they've never heard you a beat from you, sir. Give me 8 bars of your best Grammy-winning rap, sir. Let's hear it.
Most of my stuff, Your Honor, is inappropriate. Now,
we can hear it. We'll bleep it out if we need to.
I could definitely attest to that, but I will be honest with you, Your Honor. I feel like I don't get the support I deserve to even uplift me to want to do what I chose to do.
So you're not gonna give me your best 8 bars?
I could definitely give you my 8 bars, but I'm like trying to figure out right now how the person I'm with
this is what I'm
sitting here
about.
telling me this is more important to me, Your Honor.
I just want to. You said music is life.
This is more important to me.
Okay, so you're not gonna do it.
It's not that I won't do it. I'm just trying to really deal with the situation at hand, Your Honor. This is really killing me. The woman I'm with is telling me that she doesn't even believe in my music pretty much.
I appreciate everything you just said and I understand. But they said that you've been spending all this time in the studio and all this time with your music and they've never heard it. So I'm just saying, if you're really good, I just want to be able to make an assessment, give my objective opinion today, Mr. Brown.
Because we all been waiting.
We still waiting.
Ooh, we're gonna be waiting.
Give me your best 8 bars.
Just put a little faith up in me. 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 I'm the Neo. I'm the Neo. And that's just what I do, Your Honor. I spit from my heart. That's one of my songs. It's not released yet because I don't have the proper money to get my music out there.
Have you ever heard him sing before today?
No, she doesn't support.
No.
She'll go play the next person's song on YouTube, but won't click on my music, Your Honor.
How many views do you have?
Barely 100 because I have no support.
Okay, I think I've heard enough. Thank you, Ms. Lockhart. I appreciate your testimony. How old are you, Ms. Lockhart?
22.
You're 22? Okay. And you're 28?
Yes, ma'am.
So you got your younger sister in court today telling you your relationship is bad.
Yeah.
So you know you got an issue. I think it's great that you have a lifelong dream and something that you feel great about. But you also made a choice to have a family. And so what you have to do when you make a choice, you have to learn how to balance the two. It's been a long time. It's been 6 years. I think she's been pretty patient. You're a multifaceted artist. But Mr. Brown, I need you to be multifaceted in your career and in your fiscal responsibility with the relationship as well. That's all I believe Ms. Yildiz is asking for, is to bring some balance to your commitment to your music. Balance it with other income. You live in LA, aspiring artists, you meet them every day. When you go to the restaurants, when you go to the bars, when you go to the store, because all of these people are working so they can have money to fund their passion, so they can have money to fund their dream. You have to be able to do both at the same time, Mr. Brown.
True.
That's all I'm saying. It's been a year since you really had a steady income outside of your music. The career in music is something you're pursuing. In the meantime, you must have a job to support your family. All I'm saying is balance, sir. Pursue your dream. If that's your dream, that's your dream. But balance it with your family and with your priorities and with the fiscal responsibility, and the two of you learn how to communicate. I know you're frustrated.
Yeah.
I know you're upset, and I know it bothers you, but you gotta learn how to communicate so it doesn't always put him on the defensive.
Yeah, sure.
You understand, Ms. Yildiz, if you want this relationship to work?
Yes, Miss.
And don't be so quick to get down on one knee next time. It's been 5 years. It wasn't time for the two of you to get engaged because you needed to work on building your foundation together.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Okay?
Yeah,
Ms.
sure.
Yildiz, good luck to both of you.
Thank you. Well, I want to thank Judge Faith for giving me advice, and in order for me and Marvin to move forward, our communication has to get way better. I need proof of his music.
I need some trust and some more involvement, you know? Like, I want her with me at a show if she feels any type of way, or, you know, calling my phone till she gets that answer and listening to me when I, you know, explain to her why I wasn't answering. You know, I just want some more trust and more involvement between her, you know? I really love you, though.